Hey Anjali, how are you? We'll wait for a couple of minutes and we'll start. Hey Rina, how are you?
Yeah, good thanks. How are you?
Good, good.
I'm quite keen on hearing about intermittent fasting, so that's the reason I joined.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, definitely the purpose is this session is to get you into intermittent fasting and from tomorrow itself, if possible.
Oh, I have been doing it for some time, like couple of weeks only. But I'm just here to hear the benefits and how it can change my life, and obviously,
Wonderful. Yeah, because what happens when you hear the benefits, your subconscious mind is really happy about it and
hmm
push you towards that.
yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And I'll wait for a 1 minute and we'll start. You can see my screen, like presentation screen.
Yeah, I can.
Wonderful.
How long does it go for, Jay?
This is going for like 30 minutes to 40 minutes, most probably, because yeah, if you have some work, you can listen to this in the background as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. We'll start anyway. We're gonna record this so we can share with everyone else if they're coming later. That's all good. Yeah, everything move away. Like, yes, the purpose of this session is to get you some understanding about intermittent fasting. And because in these days we got like so many fasting mechanisms, like sometimes 3 days, sometimes 2 day fast, day fast, and that all we call intermittent fasting. But this is something what I am trying to explain to you guys is 16 to 8, mainly 16 to 8 or 20 to 4 day during a day. How are you gonna do fast and what how are you gonna get the maximum out of it? That's why it says unlocking the hidden secrets of voluntarily withholding food, because it was sort of like a lost art, if I say like that, because it was there from the beginning, but then modern medicine and Western medicine came to play, and we lost it. Like for an instance, monks used to do 16 to 8, and during Ramadan they do 16 to 8. There's a lot of benefits as well, and yeah, I can't stress enough. This is sort of like a best thing ever if you want to do it for yourself. as if you want to start for yourself, and that is going to be really good. I am not sure how to admit all of this like auto approval, but um, yeah, I had to admit. Yeah, next time we'll fix it. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll give you a quick introduction to myself. I'm Jay. I've been doing intermittent fasting for almost 10 years, time to time, not regularly, but I tried most of the fast. I went through like 3 day fast as well. It was like a little bit of hard for me as well, but normally every day I did at least 12, 14, 16 fast for last 10 years. I see like it allows me to eat a lot of food as well, that based on my preference. Sometimes a lot of carbs in particular one meal. For me, nowadays what I'm doing is I'm doing sort of OMAD meal, like the big meal, one meal per day. I do sort of like a 20 to 4 hour fast. Once you get used to this, it's so easy. It's so easy for you to um, manage the life with the busy lifestyle. At the same time, you can reduce your weight, or so many benefits I'm going to talk about. Yeah, I'm doing personal training as well. I have already done like a lot of sessions with so many clients around the world. Also, I prep people for competitions, photo shoots, competitions, including fitness model, bikini models in Australia. Apart from that, my purpose of life is to make sure everybody else is happy, stronger, and healthier. And definitely, I just wanted to create a value and share my knowledge with everyone. So, yes, intermittent fasting. These are the topics we're going to discuss today. What is intermittent fasting? Hunger is an emergency, because always we thought of like, okay, if you're hungry, you have to keep something in your backpack or keep something in your pocket to eat, like energy bar or something like that, or a nut bar. And fasting versus starving, because it's sort of like a misconception everywhere, like what is fasting, what is starving, and they like mix. It's like they treat them as both as a similar. They scare that starving is a scary thing, but fasting is not. Fasting gives a lot of benefits. How to start your journey to revenge aging, reverse aging? That is also a possibility with fasting, and that is sort of like a main thing you can do with your fasting in this particular age. Like for instance, if you are 30 plus, the degradation of cells gonna start. This is the best time to start fasting. Fasting support reduce waistline? I'm gonna explain about that in the end of the session, pitfalls, and I'm gonna throw out the challenge with you guys end of the session, how you're gonna do that. And after that we can have a Q&A session. But anyway, if you have any questions, just post it in the chat. I have to open the door. 1 second. Awesome, I'm back. Drivin is back from his tennis sessions. Yeah, I had opened door. That's all good. Okay, I got a few questions for you guys to answer, true or false. If you can chat, that would be fantastic. But I'm gonna say like carbs. Humans' one and only energy source is carb, glucose, which is glucose. Without carbs, can't live. Is that true or false? Or else there's a secondary energy system as well. Anyone has any answer? There's a secondary energy system. We never used it for our lifetime. It's called ketones. If you don't have any blood, the glucose is coming into your system, still body can survive, and that is called, we call it metabolic flexibility. Yeah, and the starvation is same as fasting. That's the second question. Is it true or false? Definitely not. It's false. Hunger is an emergency, and if you miss meals, you will suffer from acid reflux. In Sri Lanka, we call it gastritis. I'm not sure why that is, but it's acid reflux. You feel sensation in your this area you feel burning. That's then if you miss a meal, you feel like it's gonna happen. That is also false. It depends, but when you start fasting, you have to start slowly, and you have to consume a lot of water. If you don't consume a lot of water when you start fasting, your body is not used to this. There might be some side effects, but apart from that, I'm sure you won't be having any issues. Longest fast, human fast was 382 days without any food. That is a true statement, because the one person did that fast without any food 382 days continuously. That is sort of like a amazing event, because I think it was under medical observation they did. He didn't eat any food. Finally, he doesn't even have any skins falling down everywhere, nothing. So he was really nice. End of the fast, he was really good. That was 382 days, almost more than 1 year fast. No food, only I think minerals as well as water. That's the only two things. All right, next one. Okay, based on my life experience and understanding, we are a cellular organism. Like, we started as a cell, then we evolved to a human being. Yeah, then there's only one disease in this world, that is malfunctioning cell. If lung cells are malfunctioning, we call it it is sort of lungs disease. And if it is heart malfunctioning cells, then heart disease. And if there's anything like all these, like the headaches, in tumors, cancers, all these ones are malfunctioning cells. Then there's a one disease, but in the Western medicine we differentiate the names, like so many names for diseases, but there's only one disease, that is one malfunctioning cell. Then there was a discovery happened in 2016, which is called autophagism. I'll go through more details about that. Even after that, people still believe in this Western medicine and all these diseases. I know some extent it's right, but there are some benefits you can get it from the lost art as well. Lost art is this fasting, and both sides we need definitely, but we need to turn our head towards fasting as well. Yes, 2016 autophagy is the inbuilt system for heal your system. Autophagy, what it does is it heals cellular level. That means you should be able to heal any sort of disease if you can trigger autophagy. Okay, this is the guy who found the autophagism. That Japanese cell biologist won the Nobel Prize for physiology and medicine for his discovery of autophagism. His name is Yoshinori Oshumi, and he found the mechanism of autophagy, which is autophagism. Autophagy is degradation of cell that removes unnecessary dysfunctional components from your cells automatically. Can you believe that? It's inbuilt to our systems, but we never use it. We never use it forever. Every cellular level, you can cleanse, you can clean yourself, you can remove bad proteins from yourself, you can remove that dysfunctional components. If the cell has a mitochondria dysfunction, it can be removed. But the problem is, we never let our body to trigger autophagy. We don't do things that trigger autophagy, induce autophagy. That's the only thing. We are losing a lot of time and money for diseases because we never let that system to occur. It is inbuilt. It is all system. It was there from the beginning of the era, but we didn't do any good. We didn't let that come in. Yeah. I'll go a little bit of autophagy. Autophagy, trash bags. Autophagisms are like trash bags. It collects these damaged molecules inside the cells, and the lysosome can degrade those damaged cells and burst into energy as well. You can utilize this. Two things. One is like already dead cells you can remove from the system, and if there's damaged components, damaged molecules inside the cells, then you can cleanse those. Then you'll be like trashed down into reusable parts that can be used for cellular rejuvenation. Rejuvenation is like the best word ever any human can listen to. It's because when you are going to go to the next slide, regeneration is a process that not only delays aging but actually reverts it. But normally into the world's base core superconscious theories and all, according to the Buddhism as well, after you reach some certain amount of age, like let's say 30 years old, it's not cellular level, but it's a very like a different level. We call it rupa. That level you're gonna degrade anyway. That is happening. But at that time, autophagy at least gonna help you to cleanse out and at least as much as possible to make it revert that degradation. Like if you can delay aging but actually reverts it, leading to younger cell, tissue or body regenerations would ease age accumulated damage and aging hallmarks collected during one's life. Thus successful regeneration may not only lead to lifespan extension but ultimate to eternal life. For definition of eternal life is like one day when I get older, you go for a run or you go for gym and or you play with your grandkids, you come home, you die. That is sort of like for me to eternal life. It's not that I'm not gonna die sort of, but you shouldn't be sick in the bed for 10 years before you die. If you do have that dream, sort of like a dream, definitely you need to start fasting now. That means to trigger autophagy, or else there are some other mechanisms as well to trigger autophagy, but the fasting is the best. I think if you guys have any questions regarding health benefits also we'll discuss, then we'll ask any questions if you guys has. Autophagy is when strong cells do internal cleanup and weak cells are induced to die. When cells don't have adequate time to clean up or die off, chronic disease can occur. The most commonly researched ones are Alzheimer's disease and type 2 diabetes, also cancers and infections. Because if you keep running your car for a long time without letting it has a sort of like a rest or changing oil or changing fluids which is really needed, then what will happen? It's gonna die. That's the same thing happened for this generation. We thought that food needs to be having every like 2 to 3 hours, otherwise we feel like we are dying. But that is sort of like a other way around. When you have 2 to 3 hours of food and you get toxic lot, we don't do detox activities at all, and also we don't do fasting. Like we don't do sometimes exercises, we don't do sometimes sauna or infrared sauna, we don't do fasting, then these health benefits gonna go away from yourself, and you're gonna reach sort of like Alzheimer's disease, type 2 diabetes, and also cancers and infection, mainly because you can't reach these inbuilt systems. You can't induce this inbuilt system, you can't trigger these inbuilt systems in your body. When to induce autophagy? When you are intermittent fasting, you are literally telling every cell every cell in your body to activate autophagy and clean out the cell. That is sort of like a when you fasting, you definitely need to, autophagy is going to trigger. Okay guys, now we are finished sort of like the benefits, regeneration and all these rejuvenation and all these the concepts, and what's the benefit if you start fasting. Then I will go through sort of like the fast we are going to introduce today, which is 16 to 8. Do you have any questions, or if you have questions, just chat here and there, that's fine as well. Yeah, all good. Okay, right. Nice. Then the fasting is voluntary withholding food, eating food while made in the full fluid status. There is something called dry fast as well, but we don't recommend that fast now. But the fluid is must while you are doing the fasting. Most commonly is prolonged overnight fast, few days, months, or few days, years as a detox. People does this fast, like sometimes if you have like a chronic headache, I know that there was some research, they have some centers that you gonna do 40 to 50 days fast, then headaches is gonna go, because that time is enough for cellular cleansing. Time is enough for go and do a autophagy and fix those issues in all these malfunctioning cells. That's what they do, like long prolonged fast. Induced autophagy, a time for body healing and rejuvenations. The body gets introduced to another source of energy, metabolic flexibility. Even if you don't have sugar or carbs or glucose, still your body is going to run with your fat. Fat is ketones. The liver is going to produce ketones. Ketones going to run on your body instead of like glucose. And if you still don't eat, the brain also can be run from ketones, but it's so focused energy. It's not like glucose. You get like more focus over the time. All right, then we were designed to fast for prolonged period of time from caveman, because myself, I am calling myself as a caveman. Reason I like the concept. Normally the body doesn't evolve, I mean, as per the environment evolution we had. Body was still in the caveman era. At that time we don't have time to eat all time. You might be able to grab something for one day, and next 2 days you might not have food. Then when you have food, your system is going to run through your glucose system, then as an energy source. Then once you're done, then you're going to transform into the ketones. It's going to digest fat for your energy system. Then after that, it's going to be the fat burning energy. And religious fasting has been observed for centuries without harm to millions of people. Ramadan, they do religious fasting. They get a lot of benefit during that period. And Buddhist monks doing 16 to 8 every day, because that's how it is. We know this, but it didn't happen. Okay, fasting 101. Fasting just means no food is immediately available for energy production by the body. The digestion tract doesn't have any food to digest. That's what it is. The body has to look inward for energy supply, sort of like eat yourself. Okay, if you want to lose fat, or if you want to lose weight, you definitely need to go for reduced calories, like calorie restriction diet or calorie deficit. Once you go to calorie deficit, that remaining calories will be taken out from inward energy, like inbuilt energy, or the fat. It will first burn through a sugar called glycogen that is stored in liver and muscles. First, if you go fast, still you don't go to touch fat cells. Still you have reserves. It's sort of like a tank. So you have when you have, like, let's say you got you ate rice in the morning, then you thought of like, okay, after 8 hours I am going for fat burn, but that is not happening because body has reserves like glucose reserves as a glycogen. Then these glycogens will be stored in liver. First it will take from the liver, then it's going to deplete, then it's going to take from the muscles. It depends, so many scenarios are there, if and buts, but then the muscles, then finish, then only start searching for fat stores to burn fat. But there's a condition, like, again, when you it might turn to muscles as well. Brain takes the decision. Actually, brain doesn't want our aesthetics, beautiful body or anything like that. Brain's main focus is to survival. Then when you don't have food coming, if you brain also thinking about, okay, this guy doesn't use these muscles for last 20 days, yeah, but he has fat, because those are like emergency fuel we got. He might be asking, okay, do go and break the muscles because this guy doesn't use it, and turn into fat for emergency, yeah. But if you do workout, if you do squats, if you do push-ups, if you do glute bridge, they don't do it because those muscles are getting activated, something is happening, yeah. We shouldn't be break down muscles, okay, turn into fat cells. That is where this exercise and diet has to be done together. If you do exercise only, that doesn't work because you are in the like calorie surplus. You don't see any results. You will build muscles, which is good, really good, but you won't be able to see the aesthetics, yeah. But the other thing is like you are in a calorie deficit. You do like, okay, I'm going to do intermittent fasting, that's it. Then what happens? You might lose your muscle mass, which is not good. That's why you need, whenever you do some calorie deficit program or calorie restriction program, fasting, you need to do some exercises to activate your muscles. At least walking, at least glute bridge, at least squats, at least pull-ups, at least push-ups. Something you need to do to maintain your muscle mass. Otherwise, we call it skinny fat. You will lose your fat, the weight, but your stomach is same size. It's not, the abdominal wall is also same size. It doesn't shrink because body doesn't care about your muscles. It only cares about the survival. It tries to maintain that fat level, 20% or 10%, whatever it's going to maintain, but it's breaking down on your muscles. Only after extremely prolonged periods of starvation, the body will break down the muscles for energy. Yeah, that is sort of like a same thing I already told you guys. Okay, intermittent fasting is a strategy to increase internal fat burn, improve blood sugar, increase weight loss, decrease inflammation. Inflammation is the reason for like culprit for all these diseases. If you can decrease inflammation, you're gonna get rid of all these diseases. Rest your gut, induce autophagy, kill cancer cells, recover from chemotherapy. If you know that, you know, when these days when they do chemotherapy for cancer patients, they ask you to do a fast before they do that. The isolation is really easy after that because autophagisms are going to be like collect all these bad molecules, the structures, then the chemotherapy can attack them easily. That's sort of like the mechanism is going on. They are asking you to do the fast and come to the session, but here it says when you get the chemotherapy, your body is gonna get again damaged. To recover from that also, you can do fast and get rid of. But in first place, what we really need to do is we really need to think about, we shouldn't be doing any sort of bad toxic activities, toxic food, consume toxic food. And if you do, this is the time to cleanse. If you do, this is the time to cleanse through fasting, good nutrition, good exercise, good meditation, sort of like that. I'm gonna have a separate session regarding cellular, what cell really needs. That's what the body needs. If you figure it out what cell really needs, this is one of the things what cell really needs. Fasting is the, I think, number one we really need for each and every cell. That helps a lot in the whole body. Okay, hunger is not an emergency as we think, oh my god, this is hungry. Hunger is just a lectin secretion from your body, like the hormone. When the brain says, okay, I'm hungry, I need some food, that means lectin will secrete all the body, then you feel hungry. It is defined, it's like a scheduled, it's a clock based. If you used to eat like 8 to 12 to 6, then that time you're gonna feel hungry, because it's not the requirement. It's not a, even if you like having around like almost 30 to 40% of body fat, still you feel hungry. That means you're not it's not, it doesn't do anything. It's like it's a bad thing, because the brain is yeah, it's a very stupid thing. The brain doesn't really doesn't care about your body aesthetics or body health in that case. It's only cares about that body clock in terms of hunger. Yeah. Eating and fasting burn primarily glucose, burn fat, gain weight, high calorie intake, lose weight, no calorie intake. No gut rest, rest the gut. No proliferity, wrong gut flora, turns on autophagy. Shorten lifespan advantage. It's like it leads to longevity. And fasting and starving. The fasting has a time limit. Starving, we are helpless. We don't have. If you got stuck in somewhere like mining or something like that, it's going to burn your glycogen first, then your muscle glycogen, then your muscles, then your organs, then it shuts down the nerve system, then it shuts down the brain, one side of the brain, the logical side of the brain, then you will eat your friend. That is sort of like that is starvation we are talking about. The starvation can lead to eat your spouse, eat your friend, because you're at certain point it's going to shut down your logical thinking. But the fasting is not. Fasting is there's a time limit. Body turns to ketosis and fat loss. No refining syndrome to cause later weight gains. No stress response by the body if not done extreme. Cellular rejuvenation, which is the best of the best we can do, especially in my age. You can stop, you can reduce the degradation of the cells. Okay, some general benefits of based on research. I got this one from the research documents as well. I put them in the last slide. But anyway, all the things what we talk about is already there in the research meta-analysis and analysis as well. In the research it says decrease insulin and blood sugar, decrease in markers of inflammations like HSCPR, is like heart related, TNF alpha, and decrease of triglycerides and increase in HDL is gonna reduce bad cholesterol, increase in good cholesterol. Weight loss, improvement hormone associated with adiponectin and lectin, that's the hunger hormones, and mood stable through the fats, and sensation of hunger was not severe. No harm to test subjects. That is the most important thing. No harm to test subjects. Okay, now very interesting topic, because my waistline is like always I try to maintain smaller, because if I eat food, it's going to be bigger, especially it's going to be a lot of fat. But my wall is small as well because I don't eat lot of food at once as well. Those are the two things. But yeah, let's do this. How to reduce your waistline with Goddess IF168. This is our program, what we call it. Modern applications. Now you know what are the benefits of intermittent fasting and how it works. As you know, most of the toxic fat is stored around your waistline, because when you continuously consume this fast food and all this junk food, all this sugar, because liver can't cleanse out straight away, because liver doesn't have rest, and you continuously eat, we continuously eat. Like if I start eating, I can't stop, because last time we did a Mount Feathertop hike, then when I didn't eat much for like almost like 11 kilometers, then I didn't eat till like 9 kilometers, but then I start eating my snacks, I can't stop. Likewise, if you do that, liver is gonna say stop. Okay, I'm not gonna cleanse your intake. Store everything around me, like store everything around your waistline. It's gonna store a lot of toxic fat and fat, extra like excess calories around your waist. Then when you start fasting, or especially fasting, because fasting allows you to cleanse from your cellular level, as well as it gives you a lot of rest for the liver gonna say, oh my god, this is the first time I'm getting this sort of rest. Okay, start taking these stored toxins to clean out. Then the autophagy is gonna come and say, okay, we don't have much more energy now, we depleted glycogen stores. Okay, I am going to take some fat stores, because this girl is doing some walks and he's doing glute bridge, she's doing squats. Yeah, I'm gonna take some fat stores from around belly. That's why when you start fasting, you're gonna see some results around your waistline. You will be able to see visible results within 2 weeks if you follow guidelines during the fasted and fed state. Okay, very simple way to do fasting. If you're gonna start tomorrow, let's say you're gonna do it, you're gonna start tonight, then at least eat some meal with lot of fiber. Because what happens, like when you eat fiber, the fiber is gonna go, like it's not like carbs. When you eat like banana, you feel like it doesn't go here, it's gonna finish like from here, like that's it. But if you eat fiber, like a lot of fiber meals, then it's gonna stay for a long time, that you feel full for at least another 8 to 12 hours easily. The good source of fiber is vegetables, but apart from that, you can get psyllium husk, organic psyllium husk from woolies or cows, and chia seeds also, a lot of fiber and protein as well. There's a sort of like, when you do transformation programs, we have sort of like a meal with we call it like protein ball meal, but it's very hard to eat, but it's good. It's once you have it, it's feel really good. But before, it's not that good, but anyway, try to add some psyllium husk into all these meals. Whatever the meals you got, you can add them. That's really beneficial for your fiber content. Normally it says like 30 to 40 grams fiber every day, which is not happening at all with the current diets. It's like only 2 to 3 grams of fiber we are getting, which is not good enough for better digestion, better, like better gut is the source of so the gut is where you convert all this food into you. Bread becomes you, banana becomes you. But if you don't have a good gut health, it's not good. That's why we need prebiotics and all this. When we do nutrition plans for clients, we do those things to get the gut right first. And yeah, psyllium husk as well. And also mix some coconut oil, olive oil sort of things, the last meal. We need a lot of fiber, lot of oil. We don't need that much carbs. During fast, let's say you started like tonight at 8 o'clock and you're gonna sleep. Then after that, once you sleep, you're gonna see, okay, at 8 o'clock you're gonna wake up, start drinking water. Start drinking water as soon as possible. At least drink something like this 600 millimeters to 800 millimeters of water, and then you can consume. Theoretically, if you eat anything, if you drink anything, even 1 calorie which is consumed, like contains 1 calorie, but then it's gonna break fast. But lemon and or lime juice actually gives you boost. Also with pink salt doesn't have calories at all, and the black coffee and tea is fine. It's gonna boost fast as well. It's gonna boost all these mechanisms as well. That is fine. It's not theoretically it's breaking fast, but for our purpose, like rejuvenation benefits, like reverse aging benefits, autophagy, and losing weight, those purpose is supportive to those purposes. And breakfast, how you're going to breakfast is with a healthy fat rich meal. Again, fat means sort of like a healthy fat. Eggs, avocados, olive, coconut oil, veggies. If you can break the fast around like 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock, doesn't matter. That is the best way. Okay, simple plan for you, because sometimes the more than based on my understanding, females little bit of sort of like having an emotional attachment with the food. Then if you are someone like that, what we really need to do is we need to plan it very simple first, because to adjust the body clock, that lectin release from your brain, you need around 2 weeks. Sometimes you get adjusted within 1 week, sometimes you get adjusted within 1 hour. Yeah. But in that case, what you can do is, if you want to start from tomorrow, go for 10 hours fast, 14 hours fed state. After 2 weeks, 12 hours fast, 12 hours fed state. After 6 weeks, 14 hours fast. 5th and 6th weeks, 14 hours fast, 10 hours fed state. Last one, 7th and 8th weeks, 16 to 8. 16 hours you're going to fast, 8 hours fed states. If you follow these guidelines, definitely you'll be able to do it easily, 100%. And it makes your life so easy, because you don't need to think about cooking or think about kitchen or anything like that. Think about food. It's going to be so productive. Focus. Your focus is going to be double, because if ketones up and running in your brain, focus is so good. And anyway, when we are in a fasted state, we can focus one thing really clearly, because fasted state in caveman era is like you don't have food, you are hunting. That means you really need a focus. Then our bodies are designed to that. Then we are thinking, okay, you are in fasted, you are focused. You can do so much, like twice, thrice, your performance gonna go up. You are in the fasted state. And also, if you want to make it like to the next level, 20 to 4 is really good if you can do like 2 to 3 days even, because it's gonna really boost the autophagy. From 16 to 20 hours, more autophagy focus. That is where you're gonna get like the boost of autophagy from 16 to 20 hours. All right. Conclusion: it is to your benefit to not to eat. Absolutely. Earlier people died because of drinks. Now people die because of eating food, like eating food lot. It's really sad to say that, but that is the truth. Intermittent fasting, by extending the overnight fast, is easy and effective without adverse effect. It's good to do your 16-hour fast, covering the overnight sleep. That's easy. Fasting helps you to enjoy the benefits of autophagy or as a cellular mechanism of rejuvenation. Autophagy is going to occur. Every time we are saying that rejuvenation is going to occur, reverse aging and revert the cell where was it. Fasting links to longevity because of rejuvenation, you can live more, you can live a healthy life. Yeah. All right, bonus. This is a challenge I'm gonna give you guys to reduce waistline. Prerequisites are before you start 7 day challenge. I would first you need to start drinking 3 liters of water every day. If you can't, before you start fasting, you have to have that regular consumption of 2 to 3 liters of water every day. And also, if you need to come to that stage like after 8 weeks or whatever the weeks you can come, comfortable doing 16 day intermittent fasting every 8 hours eating window, 16 hours fasted. If you do these two only, actually this is not the challenge, but if you do these two only, you're gonna see your changes in your body, because anyway within 8 hours you won't be able to consume that much of calories normally you would have done for 12 hours, because it's going to reduce calories, it's going to go calorie deficit, it's going to get autophagy, it's going to burn, cleanse through the liver. So many things going to happen and fat going to go melt. Now once you are really comfortable having 2 to 3 liters of water per day and 16 to 8 intermittent fasting, we need to do at least few of these things. Yeah, as let's do the first 7 days as results. Start walking 20 minutes per day, 20 to 40 minutes per day. That is really good. Reduce or zero consumption commercial sugar. That is the reason for all these diseases. Again, sugar reduce the immune system, impact your immune system. Sugar changes the whole biochemistry of your system, because then insulin is released and sometimes cellular resistance will come. And yeah, try to reduce commercial sugar and reduce zero fast food. Start consuming whole food, because this body is still in caveman era. It doesn't know about any. If you bring grandparent and ask, okay, grandma, do you know this food? If she can't recognize food, you shouldn't be eating, because body doesn't know. Body is a sort of like a gut is a microbiomes, fungi, and gut bacteria. So it's a sort of like a jungle inside your body. They don't know about this fast food, and they can't understand. They can't transform this fast food into you, because they get confused and they might die, because that is not their food. Yeah, then we really need to stop eating or reduce eating fast food. At least eat, but think that you know that. Okay, like, I know, but I like this. Okay, that is fine. But without knowing you're having sugar or fast food, the damage it does, what it says, like the sugar, if you give your kid a sugar, it's better to give alcohol than sugar. The alcohol can't do much the damage that sugar does. Sugar does very bad damage to the body. Alcohol can't do that much. Okay, start consuming 30% of protein in every meal. If you can consume a little bit of protein intake, increase, that is really good, because it's going to give some more calorie burn, because the digestion is hard. Protein, it's going to burn more energy. Yeah, start doing glute bridge for 20 reps 3 times and squat 20 reps 3 times every day to keep your muscle mass stable, because otherwise we don't lose the glutes or the legs or the body muscle mass, because muscle mass is really important for us than the when you do the fasting. Okay, by mindful of these symptoms: hyperglycemia is a high blood sugar, But sometimes when you do fast, it's gonna happen. You need to check with your doctor. And hunger, sometimes you feel hunger, you need to slowly. That's why I got that plan, like 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours. Then those hunger hormones not gonna come. Irritability, when you start, sometimes you don't feel like that, but you don't feel better in your head. But I never had that issue actually, or else I don't remember, because I've been in a lot of time. But yeah, those are the pitfalls. Vision specialist supervision needed for pregnant nursing mothers, diabetic patients, infants, and children. Those people, also those people who have suffered from eating disorders such as anorexia and bulimia. Yeah, and this is my programs. Yeah, any questions, guys?